Have you ever wondered if a planet could be made of diamonds? Imagine an entire world made of pure carbon, crystallized into a giant gem bigger than Earth. It would sparkle in the darkness of space, reflecting the light of its sun like a gigantic diamond in the night sky. And it's not just a fantasy. Scientists have discovered several exoplanets that are rich in carbon, including 55 Cancri E, which is about 40 light-years away from us. 55 Cancri E has about twice the mass of Earth and more than 2 times its gravity. The year is 18 million kilometers away from its star, and that star is very similar to our Sun. But what really makes 55 Cancri E special is its atmosphere. It contains more carbon than any other planet or asteroid we know of. Now imagine all that carbon compressed under extreme pressure. The result might just be a giant diamond planet. So how does carbon turn into diamond? Let's start at the beginning. Carbon is the basic building block of life on Earth. It's also the main ingredient in diamonds. But for a diamond to form, you need more than just carbon. You need intense heat and pressure. Luckily for us, deep inside the Earth, there's plenty of both. In fact, scientists believe that all diamonds formed between 150 and 200 kilometers below the Earth's surface, where temperatures can reach 900 degrees Celsius and pressures can be more than 5 gigapascals. Under these extreme conditions, carbon atoms bond together in a particular way to create a crystal lattice structure that we know as diamond. But what does this mean for planets? Well, if a planet is mostly made of carbon and it's under enough pressure, then theoretically it could be made of diamonds. Here's what we mean by that. For example, let's take a look at a very famous diamond. The largest diamond ever found on Earth weighs 106 carats. That's almost a quarter of a ton. Now imagine squeezing that giant diamond until it becomes half the size. Every part of it, including the carbon atoms, will be packed more tightly together. This process will increase the pressure on the diamond, and it will make the bonds between the carbon atoms even stronger. Then imagine taking that super compressed diamond and dropping it into the core of a massive star. Their temperatures can reach over 10,000 degrees Celsius. All that heat will cause the carbon atoms to vibrate even more, making those bonds even stronger. If you manage to cool that down again, the result would be a diamond even harder and more sparkly than before. And that's just one theoretical scenario. Other models suggest that conditions on a carbon-rich exoplanet could cause carbon to polymerize, meaning that the carbon atoms could bond together in long chains, kind of like beads on a string. These chains could then solidify into a graphite-like material, which is already very hard. And if the planet had enough mass, the pressure in its interior could squeeze that graphite into a giant diamond. So while we haven't found any diamond planets yet, it's certainly possible. In fact, scientists have identified several exoplanets that are likely rich in carbon, including 55 Cancri E, which is about 40 light-years away from us. As we mentioned earlier, 55 Cancri E has about twice the mass of Earth and more than 2 times its gravity. The year is 18 million kilometers away from its star, and that star is very similar to our Sun. But what really makes 55 Cancri E special is its atmosphere. It contains more carbon than any other planet or asteroid we know of. Scientists think that 55 Cancri E was once a giant cloud of dust and gas that collapsed under its own gravity. As the cloud collapsed, it heated up and the carbon atoms started to bond together. Eventually, the planet was big enough for gravity to pull it into a sphere. Today, 55 Cancri E is still very hot, with temperatures on the surface reaching 700 degrees Celsius. And because it's so close to its star, there's a lot of pressure on the planet. All that heat and pressure could be enough to turn 55 Cancri E into a giant diamond. Another possible diamond planet is WASP 33b, which is about 1,100 light-years away from us. But WASP 33b is 3 times the mass of Earth and has a year that is 7 times closer to its star than the Earth is to the Sun. That means that WASP 33b is very hot, with temperatures on the surface reaching over 1,000 degrees Celsius. It's also very far away, so there isn't much in the way of air to buffer the sunlight. All that heat could be enough to turn WASP 33b into a giant diamond. Of course, we won't know for sure until we actually find a diamond planet, but it's fun to speculate. If we did find a diamond planet, it would be a major discovery. Not only would it tell us more about the formation of planets, but it would also be a potential source of diamonds on a scale we can't even imagine. So next time you're looking up at the stars, remember that there could be a planet out there made entirely of diamonds. And now for something truly dazzling. Meet the Sparkling Planet, a mesmerizing digital art piece by an artist that brings the concept of a diamond planet to life. It features a massive, brilliantly cut gem set against the backdrop of a starry cosmos. The artwork uses a unique blend of hyper-realistic rendering and dynamic animation to create a sense of depth and movement. The diamond sparkles with an ethereal glow, reflecting the light of distant stars and galaxies. As you gaze upon this captivating piece, you can almost feel yourself being drawn into its luminous depths. The artist's masterful use of color and light creates a truly breathtaking spectacle that is both otherworldly and familiar. It's a reminder of the boundless beauty that exists in the universe and the endless possibilities of artistic expression. Whether you're an avid collector of digital art or simply someone who appreciates the finer things in life, the Sparkling Planet is a must-have addition to your collection. So why wait? Add this stunning piece to your portfolio today and experience the magic for yourself. To get this sparkling piece, head over to the website. But here's the catch. It's going for a whopping 200 Ethereum, which is a lot of money. And here's another catch. There's only one way to pay for it, and that's with crypto. But hey, if you've got some crypto lying around and you're looking for a unique investment piece, well, this is it. And hey, who knows? Maybe someday you'll be able to sell it for even more.